All right, so get your pickaxes ready, listeners, because today we're going on a deep dive into Elwynn Forest.
Yeah, we're going deep.
But we're not just talking about, the pretty scenery, the rolling hills and babbling brooks. We're going underground.
Literally
Yeah.
uncovering the secrets of Elwyn's mines
The creatures that lurk within.
and what it all means for the region and even beyond.
Yeah, even seasoned adventurers might overlook how those mines impact everything else going on in Elwynn.
Especially, with the war effort and everything.
Right, exactly. So today we're using excerpts from in-game sources
That's right.
to understand the situation with kobolds in the mines of Elwynn Forest.
Yes.
And really dig into how their presence is affecting the entire region.
Yeah, it's easy to just think of kobolds as, just another low-level enemy that you got to beat to get to level 2.
Right.
But they're actually really deeply connected to the flow of resources and power in this world.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with, Elwynn Forest itself. This isn't just some random woodland area on the map.
No, it's not.
This is a key supplier of vital resources to Stormwind City.
It's Stormwind's lifeline. Think lumber crops, minerals, it all flows from Elwynn.
Okay, so that makes this kobold problem much bigger than just a few pesky creatures.
Exactly. It's a clog in the supply chain.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And this brings us to Fargo Deep Mine,
Yeah.
a classic location,
Oh, yeah.
an abandoned gold mine.
Yep.
Now a haven for kobolds.
It's that familiar situation for adventurers, right?
Right.
An abandoned mine ripe for exploration and potential profit.
Always got to get that loot.
Exactly. But Fargo Deep is more than just a loot piñata.
Okay.
The sources highlight this great tip for adventurers.
I like tips.
Bring lots of bags,
Oh, yeah.
because the loot is plentiful.
That's a rookie mistake going in there with just a backpack.
Oh, yeah.
But loot aside, there's an interesting quest tied to Fargo Deep that involves an alchemist named William Pessel.
Ah, William Pessel.
What a name. Such a fascinating character. And his connections run deeper than you might think.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He runs an apothecary in Stormwind City with his brother. And, the source even mentions him brewing an invisibility potion for a secret love affair.
Ooh, that's some serious discretion right there.
Yeah, he's helping people out even with their private needs.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it does show that he's a skilled alchemist,
Oh, yeah, top notch.
willing to help people.
Absolutely.
But this quest for kobold candles is what really makes you think.
It does, doesn't it?
Why would an alchemist like that
As talented as him?
need something as mundane as candles made by kobolds?
Yeah, are those candles special?
Are they made with some rare wax or herb?
Could there be something inherently magical about kobold craftsmanship?
Okay, see, now you're talking.
Yeah.
This is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like, what if kobolds have some natural affinity for magic that imbues their creations, even candles,
Right.
with these unique properties?
Makes you wonder if we're underestimating these kobolds.
Right.
And their potential impact on the world.
But let's shift gears for a minute and talk about another colorful character, Remy, 2 times.
Remy.
This guy hangs out in Goldshare buying gold dust from adventurers, always with his catchphrase.
Yeah.
Remy, 2 times.
2 times.
He might seem like just comic relief.
He does on the surface.
Yeah, but his presence actually adds a layer of economic intrigue to Elwynn Forest.
Yeah, and the source points out that gold dust primarily comes from a specific type of kobold found in the mines.
Wait a minute, so not just any kobold drops this gold dust?
Right. It's the kobold miners and tunnelers that are the primary source.
What's so special about these kobolds and this gold dust?
Maybe this isn't just ordinary gold dust. Maybe it's something that's been altered or charged by the kobold's interaction with the earth.
With the earth?
Yeah,
So that makes Remy's interest even more interesting.
it does.
Is he just a shrewd businessman trying to flip this dust for a profit, or does he know something about its true nature?
Maybe there's a larger market for this unique type of gold dust that we don't even know about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe he's supplying alchemists or enchanters who need it for their work?
Right. Or maybe it has properties that we haven't even considered yet.
Interesting.
It's like a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
We're trying to fit it into the larger picture.
And speaking of the bigger picture, we need to talk about Jasperlode. Mine, another key mine for the region.
Here we go again.
But guess what?
Right.
It's also infested with kobolds.
Oh, no.
This really shows how widespread this problem is.
Yeah, this isn't just a localized nuisance. This is a systemic issue,
Right.
potentially disrupting vital resource supplies to Stormwind.
It's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Kobolds disrupt the mining, which disrupts the economy, and then the war effort.
Exactly.
But hold on a second. Jasperload isn't just dealing with kobolds. There's another layer to this story.
Ooh, this is where it gets a little creepy.
And it's a creepy one.
Yes, Jasperload is also home to giant mine spiders. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they've actually taken over the deeper parts of the mine.
Wow.
And they see the kobolds as prey.
Oh, so it's a turf war.
It is.
Down in the depths of Elwynn Forest.
Kobolds versus spiders.
Who knew it could be so dramatic?
Right.
And it gets even creepier.
Oh, yeah.
The sources mention a giant spider queen, Mother Fang.
Mother Fang lurking somewhere in the depths.
This is giving me the chills.
She doesn't tolerate intrusions.
Okay.
The question is, how far will she go to protect her domain?
Could she pose a threat beyond the mine itself?
It's possible.
Even Marshal Dewan, the leader responsible for Elwyn's security, is having nightmares.
Nightmares about this.
About being overrun by kobolds in the mine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's so freaked out, he's increasing patrols.
Yeah, his nightmares are more than just a spooky detail.
Yeah.
It represents the psychological impact this whole situation is having.
Oh.
That growing fear and uncertainty.
Okay, so let's recap. We've got these mines that are vital to Stormwind.
Right.
But they're overrun by kobolds. And then to make things worse, there are giant spiders preying on those kobolds.
Led by a terrifying spider queen.
Yeah, it's like something out of a fantasy horror movie.
And we can't forget about Remy 2 times.
Yeah.
And his gold dust obsession.
Yeah, what's his deal?
What's the connection? Does he know something we don't?
All of these elements are intertwined, weaving a story far more complex than it initially appears.
It is.
So stay tuned, Calls. In part 2, we'll delve deeper into these characters, their motivations, and what they might reveal about the future of Elwynn Forest.
It's going to be good.
This deep dive is far from over.
Right, yeah.
All right, so we left off with a lot of questions about those kobolds.
Yeah, a lot of threads to untangle.
Those spiders and Remy 2 times with his gold dust obsession.
Mm-hmm.
Let's unpack those a bit, starting with the kobolds themselves.
Ugh.
Are they more than just mindless pests?
I think so.
Like, there has to be a reason they're so drawn to those mines.
Yeah, I think to see them as just, mindless nuisances misses a crucial part of their story. Their behavior, even if it seems chaotic, it tells us something about their nature and what they might be seeking.
Okay, so let's try to get into the kobold mindset for a minute.
Right.
What is so appealing about a mine to them?
Well, we know kobolds love to dig and unearth things.
Right.
It's almost instinctual for them.
It's in their blood.
Yeah. Exactly. And mines are essentially giant pre-dug tunnels full of potential treasures.
So it's like a treasure-filled playground.
Exactly.
But this brings us back to that gold dust.
Right.
It's clearly valuable, and it's specifically linked to kobold miners and tunnelers.
Yeah, what if it's more than just gold?
What if it's been, supercharged with earth energy?
Ooh.
Maybe it's a key ingredient in some powerful ritual or potion.
That would make Remy 2 times look a lot more suspicious.
Right.
Maybe he's more than just a quirky merchant.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's aware of the dust's true nature.
Okay.
And he's just stockpiling it for some unknown purpose.
What if he's supplying a black market for magical components?
Ooh, that's a good one.
The implications could be huge.
Definitely.
Okay, so we've got potentially magically charged gold dust and a merchant who may or may not be up to something shady.
Right.
But what about William Pestle and those kobold candles? I mean, we know he's a skilled alchemist.
Very skilled.
But why does he need candles specifically made by kobolds?
That detail really stood out to me, too.
Yeah.
It's possible that the candles themselves aren't inherently special.
Okay.
But maybe the way they were crafted or the materials used makes them essential for Pestle's work.
Okay, so could the kobolds be unknowingly infusing these candles with magical properties during the crafting process?
That's a good point.
Like maybe by using a specific wax?
Right.
Found only in their tunnels?
Or chanting over the flames as they work.
Oh.
If that's the case, it points to an even deeper connection between kobolds and magic.
Right.
What if they're not just drawn to the mines for the treasures?
Yeah.
What if it's the magical energies emanating from the earth itself?
So they're not just resource hubs.
No.
They're magical hotspots that the kobolds are instinctively drawn to.
It really reframes their whole motivation.
Right.
And adds a whole new layer of complexity.
And remember, Pestle isn't just any alchemist.
Right.
He's connected to Stormwind City.
Exactly.
So what if those candles are vital for creating potions or enchantments that support the war effort?
That would mean those seemingly insignificant kobold candles are actually playing a vital role.
Wow.
In the fight against, whatever forces are threatening the kingdom.
It shows how even the smallest details can have far-reaching consequences.
Right.
Okay, let's move on for a second and talk about those giant spiders.
Okay.
Now, those aren't just a random addition to the mines.
No, definitely no.
There has to be a reason they've taken over Jasperlode and why they're preying on the kobolds.
Mother Fang and her brood, they're fiercely territorial.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just occupy a mine for no reason.
So what are they after? Do they share the kobolds' fascination with earth magic?
Maybe.
Or is it something else that's attracting them?
What if they're drawn to the same magical energies, but in a different way? Perhaps they feed off of those energies or use them to bolster their own power.
Okay, that's a creepy thought.
It is.
This spider queen just amplifying her strength by tapping into the Earth's magical currents.
And remember Marshall Dewin's nightmares?
Yes.
They weren't just about Kobold.
No, they were about being overrun by spiders in the mine.
Exactly. What if his nightmares are a foreshadowing of things to come?
Okay.
What if the spider's presence is a symptom of a growing magical imbalance in Elwynn Forest?
And what if that imbalance is attracting even more dangerous creatures or empowering the ones that are already there?
We could be looking at the tip of the iceberg
Right.
of a much larger threat.
So from pesky mine dwellers to a potential magical apocalypse.
It's escalated quickly.
I know in part 3 we'll explore those possibilities and what this all means for the future of Elwynn Forest.
Can't wait.
All right, so we've dug deep into these mines in Elwynn Forest.
Yeep.
We've met some fascinating characters.
Yeah.
And uncovered a whole web of mystery and potential danger.
Lots of threads.
But now I think it's time to ask, what does it all mean?
Right. Where does this leave Elwynn Forest?
Yeah, we've gone from a seemingly simple kobold problem
Right.
to like a potential magical crisis.
It's true.
With giant spiders,
Uh-huh.
a gold dust obsessed merchant,
Yeah.
an alchemist who needs kobold crafted candles.
It's like all these threads are starting to weave this larger tapestry.
Yes, exactly. And that tapestry might be showing us a future for Elwynn Forest that's far more complex and perilous than we thought.
Yeah.
So let's try to piece together what might be in store for this seemingly peaceful region.
Okay, let's put on our prognosticator hats.
I love this.
All right, so first let's consider the kobolds.
Okay.
We've talked about how they're drawn to these mines,
Right.
not just for treasure,
Right.
but for the magical energies emanating from the earth.
Right.
What if their presence is like a symptom of a growing magical imbalance?
Okay, so like they're drawn to areas where the magical energies are most potent.
Yeah, or maybe even leaking out in uncontrolled ways.
And their increasing numbers and aggressive behavior could be a sign that this imbalance is getting worse.
Exactly, potentially leading to some unpredictable consequences.
Okay, so we've got a potential magical imbalance. Now add in the spiders.
Oh, boy.
They've completely taken over Jasperlode Mine.
Yep.
They're preying on the kobolds.
Yeah.
Is this just a simple predator-prey dynamic, or could there be something more?
Well, we've talked about Mother Fang.
Yeah.
She's a creature of instinct and power.
Right.
She wouldn't just, set up shop in a mine without a reason.
Yeah, so what if she's also sensing this magical imbalance? And maybe even exploiting it?
Right. What if the spiders are drawn to the mine for the same reason as the kobolds?
Oh.
But they're using those energies to bolster their own strength.
Okay, that's terrifying.
And as that power grows, who knows what impact it'll have on the surrounding ecosystem.
Right. Could we see mutations?
Maybe.
More aggressive creatures?
Possibly.
The emergence of entirely new threats?
It's starting to sound like an ecological horror movie.
Yeah, but what about the human element in all of this?
Yeah.
We've got Marshall Dune
But-
struggling to maintain order,
Increasing patrols.
having nightmares.
Yeah.
What does this tell us?
I think Dewin's struggles really highlight the human cost of this whole crisis.
Right.
He represents, those on the front lines grappling with a threat they don't even fully understand.
And his nightmares could be like a premonition.
A glimpse into a future where the situation just spirals out of control.
It's a reminder that this isn't just about magical forces. It's
Yeah.
about the impact on the people.
Right. The people who call Elwynn Forest their home,
Yeah.
their livelihoods are at stake.
And then there's Remy, 2 times,
Oh, yeah. What about Remy?
with his insatiable appetite for gold dust.
Yeah. What role does he play in all of this?
I mean, is he just a shrewd businessman?
Or is he like a cog in a larger machine?
We've speculated that he might be aware of the gold dust's true nature.
Right. The magical properties.
Could he be supplying those who are trying to exploit this magical imbalance?
Ooh.
Or maybe those who are trying to contain it?
His motives are still a mystery.
Yeah.
But his actions definitely suggest that he's more than just a quirky merchant.
Right. He could be a key player in all of this, whether he realizes it or not.
Absolutely.
We can't forget about William Pessel,
Yeah, the alchemist.
the alchemist who needs those kobold candles.
Mhm.
We talked about how those candles might have magical properties.
Yeah.
So what if he's using them to craft potions or enchantments to support the war effort?
It's possible he's on the front lines of a different battle.
Oh.
One fought with, you know, alchemy and magic.
Maybe he's trying to create countermeasures
Yeah.
or find a way to harness this power for good.
That's a thought.
So we've got this potential magical crisis brewing in Elwynn Forest.
Uh-huh.
Kobolds and spiders may be drawn to and empowered by these energies.
Right.
We've got a worried marshal trying to keep things under control.
Yep.
A mysterious merchant hoarding this potentially magical gold dust.
Yes.
And an alchemist who might hold the key to combating this whole thing.
It really paints a picture of this region on the brink of change.
Yeah.
A seemingly peaceful place where all these unseen forces are at play.
Right. And the actions of individuals could have huge consequences.
Absolutely.
So what's the takeaway here for our listeners?
What should they be thinking about?
As they venture into Elwynn Forest, whether it's in-game or just in their imagination.
I think the big thing is pay attention to the details.
Okay.
The seemingly insignificant can be incredibly important.
Right.
Don't just dismiss the kobolds as mere pests.
Yeah.
Or the spiders as just creepy crawlies.
Look deeper.
Yeah, consider the connections and you might uncover a world of magic and danger and possibility that's richer than you imagine.
Elwynn Forest, it's like this microcosm of the larger world.
Right.
It's a reminder that even in the most familiar places, there are hidden depths just waiting to be explored.
And who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to uncover the true secrets of these mines and these creatures and the ultimate fate of Elwynn Forest.
This has been an amazing deep dive.
It has.
And it leaves us with even more questions than answers.
Yeah. But that's the beauty of exploration, right?
Really?
There's always more to discover.
So until next time, keep those minds curious and those adventures exciting.